Now on Bounds, President Donald Trump is doubling down on border security. His administration has come under fire for its zero tolerance policy of prosecuting any adult who crosses the border illegally. And that has led to thousands of children being separated from their parents at the border. And now many undocumented immigrants locally are worried that they are being targeted. So what should someone do if they are in this country illegally and get stopped by ICE? Joining us tonight is attorney Chris Hall. He's going to help us shed some light on all of this. Welcome to you, sir. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
When it comes to ICE, what are their duties?
What their duties is to enforce the immigration conformity enforcement. So they have to control the borders, basically. Control the borders, make sure that anyone that's not a citizen cannot cross the border.
If someone is in this country legally, can ICE do anything to them?
Yes, they can. If ICE finds out that you're undocumented, they can arrest you.
Okay. We're going to get to the illegal part in just a minute, but if someone is here legally, you know, everything is above board. Is there anything ICE can do to them?
No. If they have their citizenship and they have their status, no, they cannot.
Okay, all right. So if someone is here in the country illegally, what are their rights, if any?
Okay, what their rights are is very important to understand. Once they cross the border, they're protected by the 5th and the 14th Amendment, which says no person should be deprived of life, liberty, property without due process. So they do have due process in place. So if they're arrested and taken into custody, they have their day in court.
Okay, all right. If someone gets stopped by ICE and they're an undocumented immigrant, what should they do?
I think the most important thing is to remain silent. If ICE asks for documentation and they have that documentation, provide that documentation. If they do not have that documentation, the most important thing to do is to remain silent.
So don't say anything.
Right.
What should, and we are also seeing some things here on the screen, definitely want to speak to these. If ICE shows up at your house, you do not have to let them in.
Correct. If they do not have a warrant signed by a judge, you do not have to let ICE into your home. Are
they allowed to ask to see that warrant?
Great question. Yes, they can ask to see that warrant, tell them to put it up to a window or slide it under the door, and you can verify that it has been signed by a judge and make sure that it specifies your house exactly.
Okay, so look for your address on that as well.
Right.
I'm going to put back up that full screen if we can, guys, because there are some other things. If you are arrested by ICE, you have the right to a lawyer. Is that correct?
Right. If you're taken into custody, remain silent and ask for your lawyer. Don't say anything, ask for a lawyer. You have the right to a lawyer. Now, you don't have a right to a free lawyer, but you do have the right to a lawyer.
Okay, all right. And what should the family do? I feel like sometimes, a lot of times, it may be the head of a household, the man, or even a mom with, you know, a single mom with her kids that's taken into custody. What then should the family do in that case?
What they want to do is contact a great immigration lawyer, and they're going to have to find some money to pay that immigration lawyer and to pay the ICE bond that their family member is under.
If someone is deported for being in the country illegally, is there a chance they can get back into the country legally?
I believe there is, and they will have to contact another immigration lawyer to find out exactly how that process can start.
So for these families that have been separated at the border, parents and children, can you speak to at all what is happening to these children, you know, once they've been separated from their parents?
Well, I mean, anytime a child is separated from their parent, it's a devastation, it's a tragedy. In this particular case, it just hurts even more because their parents are in a whole other country. Or they're getting deported back to their country when their family may be in the United States or vice versa. So, I mean, I hope the administration gets it right, but we have to deal with the laws and what we have in place right now, and hopefully that situation will get better.
For the people who are undocumented and here, you know, law-abiding, have jobs, they're not doing anything, but feel like they may be targeted by ICE, what advice do you have for them? I don't know how you avoid being stopped by ICE any more than you avoid being stopped, you know, one of us, a citizen, by the police.
What I would say is just try to be the model citizen. If you're undocumented, but you're living a law-abiding life, just try to be under the radar. I mean, that's the best advice that I can really give them.
Okay, for more information, go to WBTV.com. Be sure to look in the Web Extras section. It's right there on the homepage. Chris Hall, an attorney, appreciate you being here tonight, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right, stay with us. We got more coming up right after the break.